What is up, Knife Nuts? Drew with Pocket Steel here. We're doing a review on another awesome product from Spyderco. This is part of the quartet that I got, which includes the Resilience, Tenacious, Persistence, and the Ambitious. So this is actually the smallest knife I have in my collection, and I wanted to do this review for everybody, but specifically for my buddy Anthony at Anthony Blade Runner. Go check out his channel if you haven't already. He's relatively new to the YouTube community on on YouTube. So as am I. Anyway, he's got some great reviews up, and he was showing me some of the knives that he had and making some recommendations, and he mentioned the Ambitious is one that he was interested in. So I wanted to do this video to try and help him along and talk him into getting one of these himself. So anyway, hopefully this can be useful to quite a few people, but I can tell you right off the bat that I really like this knife. Like I said, I got it originally just to complete the set for the, well, let's go ahead and whip them all out here real quick. The Resilience, first one that I got, and then that was followed up by Tenacious and the Persistence, and then you have the little guy, the Ambitious. So had to finish up getting all these, and I really just got this to complete the set. Wasn't that excited about it, and you know, once I got it and I really started playing with it, I quickly became a fan of it. It really grew on me, and you know, it's such an awesome little blade, literally a little blade, you know, that you can just use for all kinds of little tasks. I mean, you know, this is what I specifically use it for, is just a little backup blade, and you know, you could do whatever you wanted, really. I mean, you could put this on, you know, say a key ring, and, you know, just kind of hang it off your keys. You know, it's not a heavy knife. It weighs in at 2.9 ounces, so you definitely could, you know, just throw it in your pocket, or hanging off your keys, like I said, something you just throw in your car in the glove box to have as a backup. You know, it's just such an awesome little blade. It is 2.25, so 2.25 inch on the blade, obviously making it very small and compact, which just makes it so easy to just drop in your pocket or just whatever. Being so small, I mean, you can put it wherever you want to and not worry about a bulky knife floating around. If you are really into smaller knives and you wanted to carry it just like you would any other EDC, it's got the pocket clip, 4-point adjustable, left, right, tip up, tip down, whatever you wanted to do. I mean, I'm sure this for some people would be a perfect EDC size. I like something a little bit bigger just to have more of a cutting surface. I like something a little larger than a 2.25 blade, but again, for backup, I mean, look at this. Such a small, little, compact, awesome. It's a cute knife. You know, that's just all I can really say about it. It's 8CR 13 MOV, Chinese-made steel. Awesome steel, love it. I have it on quite a few knives. It is, as I've said in many other videos now, just a great little budget steel that will get the job done, take a really nice edge, and hold it for a reasonable amount of time. I mean, it's not gonna stay sharp like some of your super steels, but you know, I've used this already to open many boxes and just little tiny cutting tasks around here and there when I don't grab, you know, my EDC blade. It's held up just fine. I mean, it's still, let's do a little paper cutting test here. You know, this knife has not been sharpened since I originally put my edge on it. It came out of the box pretty decent, but you know, it's still cutting just fine. I mean, it's got some grit to it. It's got some hang-ups there, but again, I've already used it quite a few times to open many boxes, many packages, and still cutting. As far as what I need it for, great. I'm sure I'll sharpen it up at some point soon, but I mean, fine. So, HCR 13 MOV, awesome steel to have on this. Let's see, what else do we have? It is 5.8 inches open, so again, extremely compact. I mean, that's, you know, there's some knives that will almost get to that length in just the handle alone on a really large knife. And let's see what the, I mean, there's the resilience. That's the resilience closed, and obviously it's still bigger, but this is an open knife compared to a closed knife. So, you know, you can see there that that's clearly quite a small knife. We're gonna do some comparisons. Let's go ahead, and my current work EDC blade is the Persistence. Definitely check out a review on that coming up soon. This one is an awesome knife, perfect for me, what I do in my tasks. But a comparison there with the Persistence, let's see, with the K-Bar Dozier. What else we got? Oh, this is a good comparison with the Rat 2, I should say, and everything else is going to be a whole lot bigger, but even Tenacious, you know, we'll go with that as far as the size comparison. Let's maybe put them like this, and you'll really get a good idea of just how small and compact this knife is. I mean, the Rat 2, very small, great EDC style knife, and you can just see these pretty much dwarf that little knife, and these are, with the exception of this one, pretty small knives. So it's just perfect little compact knife. You've got 3.6 inches closed, a 1/2 inch, or I believe that's 11 millimeter deployment hole, which makes it perfect for speed. It's probably a little bit of the blade as well, and the compact nature of the knife, but I mean, you can really just get a quick deployment with it. I find it a lot easier on this knife specifically to get that quick deployment when using my middle finger. If I do a thumb deployment, I can, but I don't know if it's the physics of it or what. It just makes it a little more difficult, and I got to get a flick of the wrist, but you know, that's just lightning fast if you do a middle finger deployment like that. So great little Spidey hole there, 1/2 inch. I think it's technically 0.47, so almost 1/2 inch. Let's go ahead and close some of these up so I don't mess up and cut myself, because all of these right now, looking at them, yeah, these are all extremely sharp, so none of these I need to touch up. We've got a liner lock on this, which you're going to find in quite a few budget blades. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. Yeah, so the lockup on that's pretty decent. It's not directly in the center, but you can see it's over far enough to where I'm not worried about that collapsing on me at all. You know, it's going to be just fine for what it is, especially the task I'm using it for. You can imagine a knife like this, you're not going out and putting a whole lots of pressure on things to really get some cutting done. I mean, this is for a little small task. It's a backup blade, so you're not going to have to just beat on it relentlessly to the point where you have to worry about getting hurt with it closing. But in any case, if you needed to in a pinch, I'm not worried about it. That liner lock's going to be just fine like any of the other knives in this line. It is dead centered. I mean, it's actually better than any of the other ones that I got with it. I mean, you can see this Persistence. That is way off center. Not something I'm super concerned about. Again, I've been using it daily, haven't had any issues, but in comparison, I mean, that's just night and day difference. You can see that Persistence is way off to the right, and the Ambitious is spot on. Again, probably has a lot to do with the handle size and just everything, the physics of it. It's probably a lot easier to center a smaller knife. Let's see what it looks like. The Ambitious, I'm sorry, not the Ambitious, the Tenacious, that's centered pretty well, but even still compared to that Ambitious there, I mean, it's just quite a big difference. Let's see, we'll get a little closer. Yeah, there we go. Dead center on that, so that's awesome, which gives it very nice lockup. This actually, of all the ones, has the nicest lockup. I mean, there is no blade play side to side, front and back. If you depress the liner lock, still no side to side blade play. I mean, this thing's not going anywhere. It is locked up tight, so I can't be happier with this knife. There's so many little issues that I can you know, find to make this knife actually enjoyable to use when I originally just kind of got it to complete the set so I could say I had them all, and I've since fallen in love with it. It's a full flat grind. You know, that's another awesome thing I can say about it. Got it configured tip down just the way I like it now. G10 on this is pretty decent for, you know, this line of knives. When I originally got the Resilience, you know, it's G10, but it's still pretty smooth. It's a low traction G10, whereas this Ambitious, and I think it is, yeah, my Persistence, that's pretty good. The Tenacious and the Ambitious, I don't know if that's just a quality thing, you know, because I'd imagine it's still the same stuff in the factory being produced, but of the four, these two have the best, and I want to say, yeah, the Ambitious actually is the best traction of all of them, so that's good. I mean, I like a nice medium traction G10, and this is not quite on the level of, you know, a Paramilitary 2 or something like that, but as far as budget blades go, for, you know, having G10, it's really decent traction on it. You got, of course, the jimping. Not much of a choil to speak of, but again, for what you're using this knife for, you're not really going to have to be worried about slipping out of your hand or something like that. I mean, jimping on the blade right there is about all you're going to need to really make it efficient and get done what you need to get done. Just such an awesome little knife. 2.9 ounce, small little cute blade. You know, stick that bad boy on your on a key ring, and, you know, throw it on a carabiner with your keys, and, you know, you're set. You got a perfect little knife that if you happen to walk out and forget, you know, your regular EDC blade, whatever that may be, you know, you're gonna have this backup. It'll be able to get done most of the tasks that you're gonna need to, and, you know, feel confident that you got a great knife with you. So hope this video has been helpful, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good rest of your day, night, whatever it may be where you are. Later.